Trashy Tina was so trashy.
How trashy was she, David?
She was so trashy that when she went to the mechanic, she didn't ask him to blow the tires. She asked him to blow the blank.
Maintenance man?
Good afternoon and happy Saturday here in Lincoln, Nebraska. I am sitting here with the great comedian Richard Reese. Hi, Richard. How are you?
What's up, buddy?
I'm holding up.
That's
It's good
good.
to see you. It's good to have you back in your hometown. Is that right?
Yeah, I grew up here,
Nebraska?
man. Grew up here.
That's awesome. Rich is performing at the Comedy Loft this evening at 7:30 and 9:30. Bob Rook's spectacular professional comedy club here in downtown Lincoln. So, Richard, tell me first a little bit about growing up in Lincoln, and now you live in Omaha. What's up with Omaha?
Well, I like Omaha. I moved to Omaha because Omaha has a comedy club. Only one in the state at the time,
Right.
before this one came up. But yeah, I basically moved there to work at the only comedy club in the state.
That's right. What's the name of that club?
The Funny Bone Comedy Club.
The Funny Bone. Do you know how long it's been there?
Man, probably 80s at least.
Oh my gosh, no, it's the real
Or
thing.
maybe it opened 92. It might have been late early 90s.
Yeah. Bob's club has been open over a year now. In
You're
the
doing
game
good.
market.
I like this.
I know, it's really good setup. And it's a great venue. So tell me the 5 things that you love the most about southeastern Nebraska or Omaha or Lincoln.
I would say what I love about Omaha is the fact that you can drive a little bit and see the cornfield, and then drive a little bit and get like a little big city flavor, at the same
Sure.
time. Because I don't want to go full big city yet, so I like having to dip back and forth, between the two. That's one thing.
Yeah.
The weather, I like seasons, even though it can be a burden
Right, yes, of
living in
course.
this state.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be a burden, but I like the seasons. What else, man? I can tell you what I don't like.
Yeah, please.
The transportation system is if you don't have a car, you pretty much out of luck.
Yeah, they're behind the times here. Lincoln doesn't have benches at the bus stop. So what you see, especially in the summer, is people sitting on the grass. First I'm like, wow, there's a lot of homeless people in Lincoln.
When did they get rid of benches?
I know, right? Figure that one out.
Budget cuts, man.
So tell me just a little bit.
They tried getting rid of the benches.
Right, well, that's not get rid of the homeless, won't it? They don't have a place to
Correct.
sleep. Tell me a little bit about comic influences early on.
The obvious for my age group, I'm 37, so in my age group it was Eddie Murphy and Carlin,
Oh, sure.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And then later in my life I started to like Stephen Wright and Steve Martin, and Buster Keaton is my guy. Like
Awesome.
if Buster Keaton was in the YouTube era,
Yeah.
like he'd be one of those like YouTube sensation dudes. The stuff that he was doing. I didn't know if I could cuss on this. I almost said.
You can cuss all you want. We say whole bunches of 4-letter words. And I love that you love Buster Keaton because he's very physical. And what you see with Richard's work is all of this physical energy just aching to get out.
I'm trying to do it more. I mean, I used to be a hold on to the mic for dear life type guy, because I got these jokes out there on my hand, But as I get getting older, I'm moving around a little more.
Yeah. So what do you think is like your best set ever? What's the one that just wows them?
I mean, I had a standing ovation on a cruise ship last year. That was pretty good feeling. Like it was a 500 seat theater, man. It was packed, and yeah, I would say that would be one of them that I remember. Had a good show opening up for Hannibal Buress, Kevin Nealon. Those are all big theater shows. Lots of people.
That's gotta be exciting.
Yeah.
For sure. I love some of your short jokes, and you had one about ordering a book online. Can you tell us that one?
The way that joke goes is that I ordered a book on how to con and cheat people, and it still ain't came in the mail yet.
Right. Yeah, been 2 years, hasn't shown up.
Yeah.
Right, good, excellent.
I became a victim of what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I love jokes like that, man.
Any other ones?
Like that. I had like jokes like that. Like I had I have this one about my wife is still mad at me for something I did last Christmas. I woke up. I went downstairs and she was under the tree with butt naked with just a red ribbon on. And I said, she said, "Merry Christmas, come unwrap your present." And I said, "Well, I know I asked for a PS4.
Yeah.
That's actually a longer short joke.
Right, got you. Right, yeah, right. And what did that actually happen or anything close to it?
No, it's
Right.
totally false.
Okay, good.
It never happened.
Very, very happy for you. Favorite comedy movie?
Favorite comedy movie, something that just makes me laugh every time I see it. Wayne's World is up there.
Of course.
I mean, I always crack up at Wayne's World. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, sure.
Another one.
Absolutely. Did you ever see any of the films of Alexander Payne, a great Omaha artist? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Nebraska.
I did see
or-
Nebraska. It's really like, I like that kind of dark. It's not dark, but dry. Dry in here.
Right.
Really,
This is a lot of local talent, actually.
yeah, I tried to get in there. I sent my
Did you?
headshot. You hear that, Alexander? I sent my headshot, man.
How about Election with Reese Witherspoon? Did you ever see that?
I did see that. That was back in the day, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
I did see
yeah,
that.
right,
That was a
that's
good
a
movie.
good one.
I worked at so many damn video stores, so I saw a lot of that stuff.
So people coming tonight, what should they expect?
Well, they got a funny MC, Mark Sibbett. I'm the feature act. My act's pretty unpredictable.
Awesome.
It changes from show to show.
Yeah.
And
And the headliner is
yeah, Carmen Lynch.
kind of fantastic, right? All right, so Rich will be opening up for Carmen tonight at the Comedy Loft. Now we're going to play a little segment
Okay.
called it's retro Match Game PM. Now those of you over a certain age or near death will probably remember Gene Rayburn's show from the 70s. First it was Match Game, and that would play like with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune during the day.
Okay.
And then as it caught on, the comedians begged to be able to be a little bit raunchier because ever since it's always been the thing
Very
to do.
innuendo.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And whose endo? And so Gene started a show called Match Game PM, which always had the suggestion for Charles Nelson Riley or Brett Summers that they could say something a little naughty. So try this one. This is a trial joke, and the blank is what you fill in. Twinkle, twinkle, little fink, who the heck are you, you blank?
Who the heck are you?
Twinkle, twinkle, little fink, who the heck are you, you blank?
I want to say Little Chink, but that's racist.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic! Oh my word! Right,
I feel
now,
bad.
watch
I feel
out.
bad.
Oh my word! There's so many things to say
Sorry.
right now. None of them I am going to say because all of them are fantastically naughty. All right, all right. So the favorite body part on my body is my blank.
My big, huge head.
Okay, great, good. That's a very good answer. Trashy Tina was so trashy.
How trashy was she, David?
She was so trashy that when she went to the mechanic, she didn't ask him to blow the tires. She asked him to blow the blank.
Maintenance man?
Oh, that's a really good one. And final question for $100,000 and a new car.
Oh, did she blow him? I want to know the answer.
I mean, I think that you provided us with the answer.
Oh,
I mean, honestly.
She blew the whole crew.
In some reality.
Exactly right. Weird Wally was so weird.
How weird was he, David?
When Wally went shopping in the produce section, he always squeezed the blank.
Gay guys' bottoms? 'Cause
Oh!
seeing if they were a fruit?
Yeah! Yes! He squeezed the gay guy's bottom because he was looking for fruit. Thank
sorry.
you so much, Richard Reese. What a pleasure to have you
Thank
here.
you, man. Hopefully you get 30 seconds.
Oh, we totally will. Anything else you want to tell us about?
I got a new special coming out.
Yeah.
Still editing it.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Richard Reese.
All right. Fantastic. We'll look for that. Catch Andrew and I on A Gas, a Gay and Straight Together. We love having fun with comedians, and we love reporting on the impeachment process. So be sure to check us out at A Gas on YouTube. Thank you so very much.